Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting. 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente, Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014. And here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, the big trend is there was a gunfire up there in Canada, in Ottawa. And this is just the breaking news now that a gunman opened up fire in the Parliament and nearby National War Memorial in Ottawa. And a soldier was killed. And the guy ran into the Parliament. And then apparently he was killed, but we don't know anymore. And you can know what's going to happen after that. That will be an excuse to continue to rape the Canadian people of their rights. One madman gone wild, that's enough to destroy the rights of everybody else. So it's an old story. We all know it from 9/11. These kind of incidents happen, and it's another excuse for them to say, we got to steal more and watch more so that we can protect you. Sure. Hey, remember that guy jumped over the White House fence? All of that after 9/11, robbing us of our constitutional rights, our Bill of Rights, watching everything that we do, and it doesn't do anything. So, on to the markets. Gold, down a bit today, trading at $12.43. Very interesting today. Here we go. Here's the headline in the morning news. Oil holds above 86, extending fragile recovery. Oil edged further above $86 a barrel Wednesday after an industry report showed a smaller than expected rise in U.S. crude inventories. Brent crude was up 59 cents at 86.81 at 7:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But Brent ain't looking so good now. Down $1.65 at 84.63. And West Texas getting whacked, down over $2 at $80.42. And the markets, after being up, are now down 114 points. And you know why? I'll tell you why. They're blaming it on the madman in Canada. That's right, not making it up. That's what the headline reads. It has nothing to do with that. The markets are volatile. There is no recovery. They're scrambling for some kind of a way to juice them, and they can't find the juice. Middle-class adults in the good old USSA have $20,000 saved for retirement. Isn't that great? And 55% say they plan to save later for retirement in order to make up for not doing so. Quote, the main message here is people are putting off savings and they're losing the benefit of long-term compounding interest, says Joe Reddy, Director of Institutional Retirement for Wells Fargo. Joe, ready for what? Ready for bullshit. What kind of compounding interest, Joey boy? The Slimers at the Federal Reserve have kept interest rates at zero. You put your money in the bank, Joey, and you don't get anything back for it. Ready. Yeah, he's ready for CNBC and all the rest of the Slimers that keep blowing out the same crap. Oh, no, you should invest in the markets. You got to be a white. Go to Wells Fargo. Yeah. One of the robbers, the Wells Fargo robbers. Yeah, the Citibank bandits. Sure, the JP Morgan Chase gang. Oh, those guys. Oh, yeah, you'll get compounding interest. Sure you will. And they get away with it. The people have no dough. Period, paragraph. The jobs stink. 34% of working middle class adults aren't contributing anything to 401ks or IRAs. Because the jobs stink. And consumer prices rose, you ready for this? 0.1% in September. And over the last 12 months, 1.7%. You know what that is.
That was bullshit.
Total bullshit. Anybody living in the real world knows that the prices are going up. Much more than that. But they keep the liars' numbers running so that you don't have to get any more money on your Social Security that you've been paying for all your life, so you don't get any increases in adjustments. And of course, they're blaming low oil prices for bringing down the cost of living. And Chinese growth at slowest pace since depth of financial crisis, according to the Financial Times. That's right. The government yesterday, as we said, described the 7.3% year-on-year expansion in economic output in the third quarter as, quote, the new normal. China's housing sales in the first 9 months of this year fell almost 11%. And just to show you that greed spills over regardless of what country you live in, and madness has no boundaries, hey, prices are going down, sales are going down, but investment in real estate spiked up another 12.5% in China. Yeah, and here we go. In its latest report, the World Bank described the accumulation of credit in China between 2008 and 2013 as rivaled only by Ireland in the years leading up to the global financial crisis. Check this number out. Total debt relative to GDP increased from 147% at the end of 2008 to 251% by the end of June of this year. Isn't that something? Despite the enormous debt buildup and recent slowdown in new loans, credit is still growing nearly twice the rate of nominal GDP. Yay! Let's hear it for those Chinese. They're as dumb as everybody else, but they got the dough, and they're buying up everywhere, every place, particularly here in the good old USSA, where they're buying stuff up on pennies on the dollar. And it's talking about buying stuff up, they're back to buying gold over there in India. Yep. This year, gold demand is rebounding due in part to hopes of a newly elected Prime Minister Modi. And gold imports in September of this year with the highest level since May of 2013, and there's expectation that under the last government, you remember they put gold import restrictions, and that contributed to gold's slide. And now there's talk that they may lift them. And also over there in China, a place called Hong Kong, the protests continue. They had a big televised debate over there. That's right, between the students and the government. They put it up on a big screen. And what they're talking about is stacking the government. I don't know what they're upset about, whether you have the elections or not. It's a rigged game, man. They're just going to put their pals in place. But there's another aspect as well, what's going on in Hong Kong. Just to give you a little bit of data here, that the richest 10% of Hong Kong's population controls 78% of the wealth. And that's compared with 70% back in 2007. Look at the street. It's all jewelry shops and medicine shops, says Catherine, a 30-year-old protester in the Causeway Bay shopping district. All the small restaurants have gone. We cannot eat gold. No, you can't eat it, but people are buying it. And there you got it. It's the same thing everywhere. Few own most of everything in the world. We have never seen conditions like this in modern history. Probably the last time where we've seen such a wealth gap, not only in the States but globally, is going back between the 19th and 20th century. There's a lot of danger ahead. As I keep saying, when people lose everything and have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And, can't make this one up, a steady loss of confidence. Yeah, loss of confidence in the con man. The con man Obama. A guy that has nothing to show for 6 years in office other than broken promises, a long string of failures, and really an arrogant attitude. With every passing week or month, it seems some government agency or another has had a misstep. Yeah, misstep, isn't that nice? How about a screw up? But we can't use the F word because that wouldn't be polite. Or has been caught up in scandals that have deeply eroded confidence. Yep. The Internal Revenue Service targets political groups. The Border Patrol is overwhelmed by children illegally crossing the Rio Grande. Oh, yeah, but we'll stop them Al-Qaedas from seeping over. And we'll rob more of your rights. Hey, we'll bomb other countries. Every agency is a loser run by losers, and they steal our money to keep the losing game going. Yep, Department of Veterans Affairs, one after another. CBS poll found that only 37% of Americans thought the agencies are doing a good job, down from 60%. There you got it. One loser after another. Hey, right here in New York. Remember 9/11? Oh, yeah, remember when the emergency people couldn't communicate with themselves? Oh, yeah, you forgot that one, huh? And remember when they stole all our money to fix it and gave the contracts to their slimy friends that pay them with political contributions? Yeah. City emergency system called antiquated. That's right. That's right. After Bloomberg, after Giuliani, after one Slimer after another. And hey, how about the police chiefs, huh? Remember when they were going to fix everything? That's what they fixed. You know what they fixed? They fixed their pockets. They fixed their greed. And they fixed their sickness. After all of that, hey, the system's antiquated. You know what we need? We need to steal more money from you to fix it. Hey, Mexican military executed at least 12. Federal panel says, at least they didn't behead them. Leave them alone. Hey, beheading's bad. Executions are all right. And talking about more bullshit, UN cites ISIS genocide threat. That's right. A United Nations official asshole said on Tuesday that the Islamic State had threatened, you ready, to exterminate minority Yazidis in Iraq by killing them if they refused to convert to Islam. Crusades 2000, man. Oh, yeah, they got Islam right in there. You forgot the stories of the Crusades? Only been writing about it in the Trends Journal since 1993. Crusades 2000. Check it out, man. He said that if they didn't convert, quote, they'd be killed. Hey, UN official asshole attempted. How about Israel's slaughter of 2,100 innocent Palestinian civilians. Oh, you forgot that? You can't think back that far? Only 2 months ago, man. Hey, genocide? How about destroying the whole area? Oh, that doesn't count. Hey, genocide? How about the United States slaughter of over 1 million Iraqis and Afghans? Hey, but them ISIS's threaten to kill them Yazidis. And you got to end on a high note. Not everything is ISIS and Yazidis or Ebolas. The new Trends Journal's out today. We hope you enjoy it. Please give us your feedback. It's history before it happens. You'll read in the Trends Journal in this edition what's going to happen that hasn't happened yet. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.
Zuma bacula, cella luna, mezza mara, mamma mia, maradara. Fichi mia cucciarara, mamma mia, pensacciano. Zitterunia, pisciolo, it va, it venne sempre bacala le monade.
Listen to a story about a gal I know. She's my music making mama, I'm her hillbilly beau. She's sweeter than the music when she tickles the strings, sweeter than the flowers down in New Orleans. She's my music making mama from Memphis, Tennessee. She'll play a little rhythm, do the boogie upright, a Tennessee polka, maybe blues in the night. Everybody travels from near and far to hear her when she swings it on that old guitar. She's my music maker mama from Memphis, Tennessee.